Hello, my name is Connie Lum. My position is an environmental consultant, and I work at Envirolum Consulting, Inc. So typically I try to work 40 hours, but because I have flexibility as my own business, it varies. So during the springtime, leading into reporting season, which is where there's a deadline of June 1st, I could be working up to 60 hours just to make sure that my clients meet the reporting deadline. So a typical workday for me would be working at my desk, preparing and writing reports for my clients. Some days is preparing proposals for my clients. Other times it could also include meetings, virtual meetings with my clients. And then if I really want to get out of the office, actually on atypical days, I have site visits to my clients' facilities or even client meetings. And then on those, during those typical days when I need to get out away from my desk, I will call up a colleague to go for lunch so that we can share information or even knowledge and learn from each other. To work as an environmental consultant, it's good to have good writing skills, technical skills in terms of using software applications and metering equipment, having an analytical mind, being detail-oriented when visiting the client facilities. Project management is another good skill, as well as communications, presentation skills, and good organizational skills. I completed my undergrad at the University of Western Ontario, which is now Western University. And then, to be honest, when I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what was out there. So you guys are lucky you get this video. So I decided to go back to school for my post-grad certificate at Niagara College in environmental management. And I didn't mention the undergrad degree was in environmental science and biology. So after I graduated from Niagara College, that program gave me a much better idea about what type of careers are out there, because they were more hands-on approach, and they taught in more like real-time work. So the projects are related to more consulting experience. So it took me about a year and a bit to find an actual job related to the environmental industry. And when I did get my first gig, it was as an environmental technician for a 1-year contract at a medium-sized automotive parts manufacturing facility. So, and then from there, I kind of bounced. Well, I stayed there for about a year and a bit, and then I kept moving on to other opportunities, and that kind of ranged from getting my hands wet in consulting, and then I also had experience in ready-mix concrete manufacturing. And at that point, I decided I wanted to stick with consulting because the work is project-based, as opposed to working within a specialized industry where the work could be the same day to day and it just gets repetitive, and that type of working style isn't for me. I need something different every day to keep my interest going. So in consulting, it's project-based, so there's a start time and then an end period. So once it's done, you can move on to the next different project. So I find it most enjoyable when I do get to meet with my clients at their facility. Most of my clients are manufacturing based, so I basically get to see how things are made. Mostly they are automotive, but I have been able to see how cookies are baked, how paper packaging for commercials like Tim Hortons or McDonald's are made. Ready-mix concrete, how they're mixed together. I've seen how the swimming pool noodles are made. What else? Yeah, so there's a different variation of types of industries that are out there that I get to be exposed to and learn about how things are made. So the part of my job that I find most challenging is having to respond to the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks request when I work on projects related to air permits for my clients. The starting salary would likely be around the $40,000 to $50,000 range. If a student or a job seeker had an engineering background, they would certainly get a little bit more. I'm not sure how much more, maybe about $5,000 to $10,000 more, depending on the company. So with respect to job prospect in the environmental consulting field, I feel like we're heading into an aging population where a lot of the professionals in this industry are moving into retirement, and not enough junior staff to intermediate staff even progressing into this field. So yeah, there could be some issues in the near future if we don't have enough professionals entering this field. With respect to the type of work that I do, there's two main categories. So the first one is preparing applications for air permits for my clients, and that basically allows them to release emissions from their operations. So the ministry also set limits, so we make sure that they release emissions within the ministry limits. So the second thing is environmental management systems. So with respect to environmental management systems, it helps promote the management of climate actions, or the facility's impact on climate action. So I help my clients with developing their environmental aspects list to identify all of their processes and activities, to determine what type of impact those activities may have on the environment, and that would also look at potential carbon emission depending on the type of equipment they operate. So if you're thinking of getting into consulting, if you don't know an answer to a question, it's okay. Nobody knows 100% of everything. When you're starting out and you're offered an opportunity, say yes to that opportunity.